So if you look down there on the sidewalk, I have one head done, painted, okay? I wanted to show you what I'm doing to clean it. These heads were out in the dirt when I bought the motor. So there's a lot of like mud stuck to the aluminum and it doesn't just wipe off. And then you have all these cross hashing on the motor. And you know, I'm using a combo of this plastic and then with this. So I'm using this first with wax, grease and wax remover. So then I spray it, and then as I do it, take this inside here. See how the hash marks go this way and this way? Not full speed, I just kind of go with the hash marks one way, the other way, and then I kind of up and down. And I'll take this, I'll kind of wipe it clean, and you'll see there. And then anything left, I'll take this plastic.
See how much cleaner it is on the other one?
See this one and this one?
Yeah.
So when I paint, it'll hold. I'm just putting a thin layer of aluminum paint on there just to make it look freshed up. But yeah, so I still got quite a bit to do. But I'll just use this and this, and then on some of the flat surfaces, I'll use Scotch Brite. It's a little, because the abrasiveness is off a little bit, and then I'll use like a newer one if I need to get, like in these areas here, some cracks and crevices that this isn't going to get. Same thing, process with wax and grease remover. I have my dirty wipe off towel, and then when I get it all where I want it, I'll final spray and then I'll final wipe and get it all off. And then after that, when I'm done with all that, so I get it all cleaned and wiped and final wiped, I take the lid off. This is just a valve cover so I don't get stuff inside the head. I'll put it on the towel there, and then I'll use brake cleaner, and then I just spray it down, spray in all my ports, spray out the top just to get some extra cleaning, and then just spray all the surface off. Air hose, dry it up, stick it on a box, or I'll bring it back here, I'll tape it off, stick it on a box, and paint it.
Hi guys.
All right.
So,
Mesa, what are you doing?
So we are cleaning the parts so we can paint. If you're asking why we're cleaning, it's to get the paint to stick on, because because we wanted to make the engine fabulous.
So what's in this water?
It's soap.
Soap and water.
Soap and water.
Yeah, we just regular dish soap.
Yeah.
Filled it up. I also use these. I left the valve covers dirty, and I painted the heads with these on top because I know if I left them dirty, paint would come off easy. So it's coming off pretty easy.
You okay?
We're okay.
Yeah.
See, so, but anyway, soap and water for right now. Getting all the grime out, the corners. We're using on the aluminum. Since this is all aluminum and plastic, we're not worried about anything about rusting. So she's using just a scrub brush, getting off a lot of the top dirt. This is the timing cover and the valve covers.
And you can also.
What I'm gonna do is just use my scuff pad to scuff the whole thing, obviously, and take off any of that silver paint that's staying on from the aluminum paint from the heads. Just do all the detail cleaning, and then what I'll do after this, rinse it off, and I'll blow it dry, and then I'll use scuff pad again, but a clean one, and I'll use wax and grease remover, and I'll get all the edges and corners on that.
Have something to say?
To make sure that this plastic sticks, because plastic has a hard time sticking. especially with oil residues on them. But so that's the plan with that. Now, what did you have to say?
Like and subscribe if he's the best dad in the world.
I think I actually might get some people to like it and subscribe.
Because he's making a
This
car and taking care of kids at the same time.
She likes to be out here when she's not doing her online school during the quarantine.
Yeah, sucks.
So she can be out here and help me out. If I get any tough spots that I get this 400 grit that don't want to come off with the Scotch-Brite,
Where's the toothbrush?
I just
And what you
use that.
And you mostly want to use the toothbrushes on the smallest parts, but the biggest parts you're going to want to use a big scrubber to get it easier, because if you use a toothbrush on the big parts, it'll take you like forever, so.
Right?
And we don't want that. This big brush is really easy to clean with.
Yeah, so her job is to get the big dirt off. My job is to detail clean it.
Yeah,
Right?
here. So then, you might detail clean it after, too.
Yeah. So this soap and water, I'm gonna get as much as I can scuffed and clean. But anyway, that's what we're doing. When we get that timing cover really cleaned, again, I'll do the same process. I'll use the scuffing pad, wax and grease remover. But anyway, guys, that's our cleaning process. We're painting the valve covers and the timing cover the same color as the block, and which is going to be like a charcoal gray with metal flake, almost the same color as the truck. All right, guys, how's it going? So here's a valve cover after I meticulously cleaned this thing, like 25 stages. So I have a couple coats on. My first coat went the top this way, then I came back going this way, okay, and then I went head on both sides, head on, and then I also did a coat at an angle like this, and it worked all the way up till I got to this side. And I'll do the same to here, angle up, then I'll come around, and I'm gonna come around. You'll see. There you go, watch this. Hopefully I don't mess up.
I don't want to get my food. It smells horrible, guys. Up a little bit.
Okay. And I go head on there. Then I'm gonna come back over here. And I'm gonna finish off 45. And then come back over here. And the taillights, you gotta make sure you're shaking them. I learned that the hard way. The reason why I go make those 45-degree angles is because there's a lot of like spaces, corners and stuff. So I'll actually do the same process with the clear coat too. I'm gonna let that dry for about 5 minutes, and I'll come hit it with the clear coat. This is the color I'm using right there from AutoZone. It's cast iron. It's called cast iron. All right.
It's also the color of this beauty right
Yeah, it's
here.
almost the same color as the Durango. All right, so this is the truck timing cover. Thanks to my beautiful, helpful daughter. She got a ton of stuff off this thing. There was dirt packed in there because this was a motor that was outside. And she actually did a really good job. So now she got to do a final clean. Man, I just got to make sure I get in all these cracks. And so I'm using this, pads, toothbrushes, anything with edges I can get in there.
That and this toothbrush too.
Yeah.
And there's another toothbrush.
You know,
And there's one bigger.
there's just going to be some areas that I can't get very well.
And use these.
Like deep down in these little holes. But, I mean, the paint should be, you shouldn't be able to see that anyway.
So if you guys
much.
have
But,
this,
Nasa,
and you have this, the easier to get in the cracks is to like do this, but this is not what right now.
here, you got to use a flimsy one.
Yeah.
So what she's trying to say is you put this in the crack and then you go like that. What's up, cat? Go
What
away.
are you doing?
I guess she wanted to be part of the video. Go on.
Sorry about that.
I'm so glad she didn't jump on there when I was painting the other stuff.
Oh yeah, that would have sucked.
Hey. Go on.
Go on, TBBs. She jumped
Anyway,
off. Okay.
that's it. So that's what I'm gonna use. Yeah. Hopefully, like I've gotten this part pretty clean with this and
She's going in the garage.
some Scotch-Brite. These are the parts that I'm more stressed about. This top surface, that should not be that big of a deal.
Cece, get back here.
When I gotta do all the sides here. But and then back here, you know, I just gotta make sure there's no like gunk stuck. Clean all this out. I don't need to make this shiny, but make sure that there's no like just gunky stuff or dry stuff that's gonna get in the oil.
I was making sure over here would be more clean because my dad said this needs to be more clean because it's the front.
Yeah, this side needs to be the clean as possible. That's what we're painting. So anyway, that's video on this, and I'll show you. So like for these numbers, I'll just kind of go
Just get all the stuff inside of it.
sideways, and you know, kind of go like this in some of the edges. This is shine up the metal here. Like I'll use.
It smells bad, guys.
I'm gonna leave that sealing so that it doesn't get me paint inside there, but yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna kind of use what I can, the fast tools, and then use the ones that I have to. They're gonna take a little bit more time. All right, so how I'm painting, how I'm masking everything off on the engine. This first side I did the tape, but then I noticed like how sometimes in some places the tape will come off, and I'm afraid that overspray gets in there. I'll just go over and on this side, maybe lay a piece of plastic on top. But this side, what I did is I took some saran wrap and I just put it to length, and then the extra to where I don't have to trim it because it'll be hard to trim the plastic wrap. I just kind of folded it down enough to where this edge hung, secured it, folded the edge here, secured it, folded whatever extra edge here, and then now I'm just going to tape off, and you can see where the edge is right there. So that's not going to, the plastic part isn't going to be in the edge, so I can just trim the tape easily. But that's how I'm going to do it on this side. And then on this side, I'm going to just kind of go over through and figure out any gaps and close it up. I'm going to try this way, see which way is better. How's it going? So I've been doing the final clean. I don't know if you guys can see because the sun on the engine. This is the top. It's kind of pretty much the last part I got to clean. But let's go on this side. It causes me problems that this engine was kind of in the dirt. So I had to go in all the crevices with what I would use. I'm trying to stay in the sun right now. So I use this little thing here. I'll stick it on my Scotch-Brite, dig it in, wipe it off. This has wax grease remover on it. That's what I'm using to clean it. I did do like a big clean before I started actually putting the motor together, but there's still like the detailed stuff that I got to do. So, and then in these little crevices, my other plastic tool, that doesn't work, so I'm using this end of the toothbrush and digging it in there as best I can. And pretty much it. So what I'm doing is scraping it with my dirty rag. I'll wipe it, and then I go through with my cleaner rag, do the final wipe. And that's kind of how I'm doing. That's how I've been doing everything.